Hello, my lovelies. Welcome and welcome back to my channel. I hope you all are having a great Friday, TGIF. I know I'm looking forward to the weekend. As you guys see on the right, I have launched my first Christmas activity book. If you want to support your girl, feel free to do so. There's a lot of things to do in this Christmas activity book. I want to say it's anywhere from ages K to 5, and it's Christmas word hunts, Christmas crossword puzzles, some coloring activities, a personalized letter you can write to Santa, help find Santa. It's 24 pages of things for these kids to do. And it's really such a cute Christmas book. I promise I'm not saying it because it's mine. I'm saying it because I really commend the illustrator on the details of the characters and stuff. So if you want to support your girl, definitely feel free to support me. I've wrote other books on I like helping children overcome obstacles. So I have wrote books on bullying, colorism, children growing up in poverty. I just enjoy that kind of stuff. I'm very passionate about that kind of stuff. So again, that will be linked in the comments. Definitely feel free to support your girl. It's available on Amazon. Now, this video is going to be My Best Friend Secretly Hated Me, Part 4. Y'all know I enjoy these kind of videos, so definitely check out the video. My commentary will be towards the end.
So let me tell y'all how I can't have any more homegirls. Because for the simple fact, why is you talking to the dudes that I'm talking to? I don't care if we talk for 2 days, 3 days, an hour. Don't talk to that man. So y'all, basically I'm talking to this dude. You know, it ain't nothing serious. You get what I'm saying? We just cool. We kicking it. We going out time to time. We going on dates, right? But I don't see a future in it. You get what I'm saying? Because it's like he's not really my cup of tea. So my homegirl know, and I tell her, you get what I'm saying? Yeah, he not my really cup of tea, but he my cup of tea right now. You get what I'm saying? Because I'm sipping on this cup of tea. So he does some weirdo stuff. I let him go. 2 tries. That's it. The first one, you barely got that. But I gave you a second one, right? Yeah. So a couple weeks go by, I don't hear from him. He not liking my stories no more. So I'm like, oh, he's really off of me now. Who is he on? Because you steal my little shit. Y'all, Lord and behold, he's on the phone. And he's not on mine. Yeah. Okay, let me tell you. So we at the party. And basically, he on the phone with her. And he telling her oh, I'm finna pull up. I'm finna pull up. So be ready. Be ready for what? What is she being ready for? Y'all finna kiss her? What? So mind y'all, I'm confused. Okay, I'm confused. So he pulls up. I see a car. I know that car. So I'm not peeping. Everybody got this car. It's LA. It's very small. That's not him though, sis. He pulls up. Hop out the car. They giving each other a hug. He under the booty. He's cuffing. Oh, okay. I look at her with the confusion is you serious? Y'all, in the back of my head, I'm just thinking you're a weird, low down, dirty. You knew, and he, okay, I see what type of stuff y'all got going on. Y'all, when I tell y'all I left, I Ubered home. I don't need a ride, boo. I Ubered home. She texts me, oh, why you being weird? Why you not my friend? You're talking to someone that I talked to. I don't care if we didn't do anything. I don't care if we didn't. Boo. Don't talk to nobody that I mess with. You're dirty. Because now it just makes it look like if I go back to my ex, that's your type too. Dookie booty. Let me find out. Let me find out.
Now, shut the hell up because I'm gonna tell you a story time right now on how I figured out that one of my best friends from high school that I literally told everything and did every single thing with. Every single thing. We could not go a day without either hanging out, texting, or FaceTiming each other. So, if you have a friend like that, pay attention. So I find out that this girl is secretly my bully. We're seeing cyberbully. That's exactly how I felt. I was like, except for the whole suicide shit. But, ever since high school, every single time I got a boyfriend, this girl would say, he used to talk to me. He used to like me. He used to want to be with me. He used to want to date me. He used to ask me he wanted to go out with me. You should be careful. And this and that. She would literally put it in my head about how bad these guys were so that I wouldn't date them. But, alright, anyways. All throughout high school, I've been wanting to do makeup. Of course, it wasn't so beautiful back then, but I used to do makeup, and I would always have a page message me and tell me how freaking ugly I was, that my nose was huge, my makeup looked ugly, and I was never gonna be anything. I even used to get text messages from this person just literally telling me to KMS myself. Me and her disconnected, and then for a while I stopped getting those messages. Fast forward a few years, I start being her friend again, and I start getting those messages again. It's so crazy because those messages were point perfect to exactly what I was going through in life. And every time I was sad and I had those really sad, depressed days, I got a message. So I go ahead and introduce her to my husband, my kids, and everything. And off the bat, she tells me, wow, I can't believe you're even dating that guy. And I'm like, yeah, of course, he's a wonderful guy. He's amazing. He's treated me well. And she's like, are you sure you're even happy being with a guy like that? Like, you deserve this, you deserve that, you need this, you need that. Knowing damn well I was happy. The crazy part comes up. So mind you, while she's telling me that my man's not good enough, that I need a better man, that I deserve better, this and that, but she's over here telling him in his ear how much of an amazing guy he is, that he's so sweet, he's a great person, and that anybody would be lucky to have him. I never caught that. She would tell me one thing and she would tell him another thing. Then I go ahead and have a talk with her about how I really want to be a makeup artist and an influencer, and I want to buy all these things, to start my business and everything. And I'm telling her everything, like every single thing. The next day, I get a message from that person saying to not even try to do anything because I'm never going to amount to do anything in life. Same thing that they used to tell me in high school. I honestly start having dreams where she's like lighting my house on fire with me and my kids and my husband in it. So I take that as a gut feeling, like, okay, something's wrong with her, something's probably going on in her house. Me and her end up having a huge fight over some petty, dumb, irrational, stupid shit. Legit. Like, no reason for her and me to like end our friendship. But after that fight, she went straight to my man, messaged him, texted him, called him, left him a voicemail, trying to still be friends with him. Then a few days later, her cousin hits me up and sends me pictures of her asking her cousin, who already does like the Santa Muerte stuff, how to start an altar for me and my family. Mind you, this girl has gone to has done gender reveals with me. She had pictures of my ultrasound. She has everything. So I'm freaking out. And just, so then a close friend of both of ours ends up literally meeting up with me and coming over to my house because I got a new house and everything. And she tells me, so so-and-so is literally asking me about you, where you live and everything. And I was like, are you serious? And she's like, yeah. She's like, but I'm not gonna let her know because I know there's beef between you guys. And I'm like, I hope so, but you know how girls are. So biggest mistake ever, honestly. Girls are like fucking but yeah. So anyways, my house caught on fire a few days after that. So I don't know, I'm just really scared. I think this girl's really freaking crazy. She also stole my makeup packages, by the way. And then she started going on social media telling people to tell me to leave her alone, when all I did was tell her to leave my family alone. Yeah, you guys need to be careful about who you choose your best friends to be. You really need to check their family. Honestly, I hate to say it, but if their family is crazy, they're most likely crazy as well. So yeah, this is just another tip. Do not re-friendship a friendship that has ended for a reason. And don't be telling anybody your business. Honestly, you need to, before you start seeing people. But anyways, yeah, story time's over.
Hey y'all, I just left the orthodontics. Okay, but I'm about to give y'all story time on how my old best friend stole money from me while we was about to get our first apartment. And this will go to show you, I don't care if it's your brother, your sister, your cousin, your friend, your best friend, do not roommate with nobody. Okay, so boom, we was working at Walmart together. That's how we met. We was locked in. We was best friends. We used to take our break together. We used to go smoke, go eat, everything. And we both was going through some really deep shit. So we both was like, let's get an apartment together. So we go and apply for the apartment, pay the application fee, pay the deposits, everything. Keep in mind that I had been sending her my half of the money, but she was using her debit card to pay for the stuff. So everything was pretty cool all the way up until literally the same day we were supposed to get our keys. The day we were supposed to move in, we go to Walmart to get a money order to give to the apartment to get the keys. As we standing in the Walmart line, come out and say, oh, I can't do it, I won't be able to do it. I forgot the exact reason why, but she was like, I can't do it, I won't be able to move in. So at this point, I'm looking at you crazy because we done paid all these fees and just like, girl, we just did all this for nothing. So I wasn't tripping on it because, first of all, she a little bit younger than me. So in my mind, I'm like, it's probably for the best. So I had to call the apartments, let them know, like, we won't be coming up there to move in. We won't be coming to get the keys. They looking at us crazy. So they was like, the apartments was like, well, the application fee you don't get back, but everything else will be refunded to the method of payment. Keep in mind again that I was sending her my money to her card, so the method of payment would have been her card. So in my mind, I'm not thinking too much of it, you know. I'm thinking like when the money go back, she gonna send the money back. So I'm also trying to keep in the back of my mind that I know how they be like, oh, it take 5 to 7 business days before it can hit your card. Okay, boom. This is my friend, so I'm really not trying to pressure her because I'm thinking in my mind, you know, she gonna send the money. So we still working at Walmart. This is after the fact we done decided we not moving together. So we still working at Walmart, still gotta see each other, still gotta go into work. Boom. It's not sitting right with me, y'all. Seeing this girl every day at work and knowing that you owe me money is my money. So we ended up getting into a real heated argument on the clock at work. We got in each other's face real bad. She started talking how she was gonna spit on my grandma. Mind y'all, my grandma stayed 5 minutes away from the Walmart. So another thing I was trying to keep in my mind, like, I'm in high school, you know, I love my job, so I really want to keep my job. So I was like, let me call grandma up here because you really popping big, bitch, talking about you gonna spit on her. So let me see what you really gonna do. So my grandma comes in there, she buys a couple things, she come through the girl line, because the girl was working the cash register. She walked through the girl line, the girl ain't say nothing, but it pissed her off. So now she goes and tells the manager that I called my grandma up there on her, and so they basically fired both of us, so for bringing personal stuff into the workplace. So now you done made me lose my job, and you still owe me some money? Like, it's up. So fast forward, after we got fired, we ended up seeing each other. Well, she ended up seeing me. She saw me pulling out the gas station, pulls up behind me and starts throwing. When I tell you, I pulled up and rolled the window down, I started throwing at her car like, girl, how you mad at me that you stole my money? And then what makes it so funny is that a couple months down the line, like way after the fact, she ended up DMing me like, oh, I'm sorry, I feel bad, you was my real friend, can we be friends again? Girl, no, I don't deliver.
Story time of when my best friend of 8 years flew to visit me and left after one day and blocked me. This story is wild, but we're gonna have to back up a little bit. So me and this girl were virtual friends for the past 8 years. We FaceTimed almost every day, talked about everything, our secrets, our life, literally everything. We had never met in person. I know, crazy. Then she started talking to a guy from my city, and she had been talking to him for a month or so. And then she was like, you know what, I'm gonna come visit you because I've been dying to meet you and I could meet him at the same time. So it'd be, you know, killing two birds with one stone. I was super excited because we had tried to meet up multiple times before and it just never panned out. So I was excited to see her and be able to, you know, finally meet in person. I told her that she had to come stay with me, that there was no way she was staying in a hotel. She had to stay with me. And she made it clear, she's like, I'm coming for you, not for him, but like, you know, I'm gonna obviously spend some time with him, but I really mainly want to come for you. And I said, girl, don't worry about it, we can share you, no problem. A few days before she came, I went through something super difficult in my personal life, and I was at a very bad place, and I was talking to her about it because she's my friend. She asked me, she's like, do you want me to stay in a hotel if too much is going on? And I was like, no way. Like, especially in our culture, we're both Arab, it's super disrespectful if somebody comes to your city and stays in a hotel. They have to stay with you. And I saw her as like a close friend. I wanted her to be around, and like my house is her house. She's like a close friend to me. She also had mentioned prior that she checked the hotel prices and they were so expensive. So obviously I was never gonna let her stay at a hotel. So a day or two later she came, and I couldn't pick her up from the airport because I had a mandatory lab that I had to go to, but the guy she was talking to picked her up. So I told her that I could meet her right after class, but she said she wanted to spend the day with the guy and that she would meet up with me later. So she came, met up with me later in the evening around like 8:30, 9 p.m. and she'd been here all day, which is fine. I wanted her to spend time with the guy, see if they hit it off. We went for dinner, and by that point I was getting really exhausted because I'd been up since 6 a.m. at school, so I was so tired. So we went home, we kind of got into our PJs, and just like, I was tired, so I just got in bed right away, to be honest. It was like, I could tell like you're really like in a bad place and like you're not as bubbly as usual. And I'm like, yeah, like, you know, like everything I went through was super hard and I'm just struggling with it a bit. And she's like, yeah, like I hate to see you like this, like you're just so down. And I was trying my best to be as bubbly as I could for her. Like I was trying my best, but like, you know, as my friend of 8 years, like she should be understanding of the fact that like, anyway, so the next morning we got up. She's like, what do you want to do today? I'm like, let's go get breakfast, then we can go to the mall, and then we can play the rest of the day by ear, because I know she had dinner with her man later that day. So we go for breakfast, and then we're in the car, we're about to go to the mall, and she tells me, you know what, I think I'm gonna actually book a hotel and leave. Go to part 2. Story time of when my best friend of 8 years flew to visit me and blocked me and left the next day. Part 2. She told me she wanted to leave because she felt like I wasn't in a good headspace, and I told her that like, yeah, I haven't been the best and she knows everything that went along, but like I really want to spend time with her, and like I tried to make her as comfortable as possible. I gave her own bedroom, her own bathroom. There was no guys at my house. Like there was no other reason for her to feel uncomfortable or anything. And I told her that if she left, like I find it super disrespectful because I opened my home to her and like I want to spend time with her. And it just felt like everything going on in my life, everything was going wrong, and this was just another thing that was going wrong. It just felt like in my time of need, instead of her wanting to be there for me, she just felt like I wasn't giving the vibes she wanted, so it was better to leave. And a close friend would be happy to be there with me in my hard time because we can finally be in person, not on FaceTime, and like we could actually be there for each other. What I went through was not something small, and like she completely understood. I was very transparent about everything I was going through, but she's like, I just want to leave. I just think it's best if I leave. And I made it clear that that would really upset me. And she's like, I'm leaving to respect you. But I told her that I found that disrespectful and it would make me unhappy. Anyways, an hour later, she packed her stuff and she left, and she was like, tomorrow, let's please go for dinner together. Like, I don't want you to think like I don't want to spend time with you. I still do. I just think it's best if I leave. I was like, yeah, no problem. Tomorrow we can go for dinner. It was her last day. The next day, she didn't call me, didn't message me, nothing. Completely went ghost, and I didn't message her either because I was actually really upset by what she did. That last day that she didn't message me, I saw her posting that she was out with, you know, the guy she came for. Clearly, if she came for him and she didn't want to spend time with me, she could have just said that. But anyways. And then the next morning she left the country. She left and went back home. Did not hear one word from her. And what happened next genuinely shocked me to my core. Go to part 3. Story time of when my best friend of 8 years came to visit me and blocked me and left after one day. Part 3. So she didn't reach out to me. She went back home. And then honestly, I was super hurt because I just couldn't believe she did that to me. Like, I understand she wanted to have fun and like Obviously, she don't want to be around negative energy, but like I was trying my best to be happy and I was happy to spend time with her. But after 8 years of friendship, and this is the first time we meet each other, for her to do that was just so disheartening. I knew after she didn't reach out to me that there's a big chance that our friendship was over, because personally I don't want to be friends with someone who clearly showed me that they don't care about me. Then I went on Instagram and noticed that she had removed me off of Instagram. Like, how rude. Like, I'm sorry, how rude. So I texted her. I was like, I'm very heartbroken that you did this. Like, I can't believe it, da da da. Like, I didn't swear. I was very respectful. I was like, I'm like honestly really upset. Like, I opened my home to you. I treated you like family. Like, I wanted to have you around. And like, yes, I wasn't in the best place, but for you to leave me, like, I never made you feel like you had to be with me all the time. I wanted you to spend your time equally, but for you to have left because I wasn't giving the vibes that you wanted is just so hurtful, especially knowing everything that I was going through. She was like, I knew you'd rub it in my face that you opened your home to me. You didn't even pick me up from the airport. I'm like, I had a class that I couldn't miss. Like, and she's like, you're a terrible person. You're such a mean person. How are you so selfish? You wouldn't want me to have a good time. I did not want her to have a good time. She's like, I chose positivity for myself. Like, you chose, no problem. I told you go out with the guy, have fun, enjoy. But I just wanted you with me, like, and for us to go out. And I wanted you to stay in my house. Like, for you to stay one night and then leave is just so disrespectful. Then you don't message me, you don't ask, because I was upset because I went through something super hard and I wasn't in the best mood. That's the way you treat me. So yeah, we're no longer friends, and that's the story. Tell me what you guys think in the comments. Like, I don't even know. And this is the finished look.
My best friend secretly hates me. That series is one of my favorites to do because I feel like I'm always shocked. Not shocked, but more like amazed at the depths that people will go like when they're supposed to be your quote unquote friend. And then also just the similarities that I see in some of the stories with some of the stuff that I have been through. So like with the first girl, we all know that that's girl code 101. If I mess with him, you should not mess with him. Now, again, I see stuff like this, and I've said this in previous videos, where this happens in middle school, high school, sometimes even early college, to where girls, they're still immature. They haven't grown more into their womanhood yet. So they fall out over little silly stuff like that. But the older you get, the more aware you become, etc. Like, you should already know that's a no-go. Okay. For the second story, when she said that it's almost like Cyberbully, the movie Cyberbully, comparing it to that, I love Cyberbully. And if y'all have not seen that, you can watch that on YouTube. It's actually free on YouTube. Type in Cyberbully. It has Emily Osment in it. If you don't know who that is the sister of the guy who's in The Sixth Sense, the little boy in The Sixth Sense. I can't think of his first name. But the little boy that plays in The Sixth Sense, the one who's like, I see dead people, that's his sister. They look just alike. And Cyberbully is super good, very informational. I cry every time I watch that movie. Even when I know what's going to happen, I still cry because it's so good. But she is not lying. That story is exactly like that story. And it's just really pathetic because you just never know who your enemy is. Like, your enemy is way closer than you think. So I just cannot fathom, like, at this time, having a whole internet bully and it being my quote unquote best friend. But sis, she just was hating on you. Clearly she was jealous. Clearly she was hating on you. And clearly she didn't have the balls to face you about what she was hating on you about. She had to hide behind a fake page and do it. So I'm glad you found out what you need to find out and moved on, because that was just a snake. And if she wasn't going to do that, she just was going to do something else, because clearly she got some issues that she need to address. For the third girl, yeah, anybody stealing from you is really shady. I've shared in the past on my on one of these videos about the story time when I went to Georgia and I found out somebody was stealing my quote unquote friend was actually stealing money from my card. And I might share that story on my personal channel. It's not really long or in depth. But basically I found out she was stealing money from me as well. So again, you have to watch who you let close to you. I just feel like that's so grimy and so dirty. Like, if you're going to be a grimy and dirty person, why would you do it to somebody who's looking out for you, helping you, supposed to be your friend? Like, at least do it to a complete stranger, which I don't, of course, recommend at all because of karma. But I'm just saying, why would you do it to somebody close to you who's looking out for you? And for the last story, I also had a story similar to this with my childhood friend, y'all, and we fell out. Now, that one I am going to share on my personal channel. I will be starting to post either, if I can't do it this weekend, it will be next week, but there's a lot of updates in my life, and I already told y'all I want to do a personal channel so I can share my tea about my personal growth and stuff, and not just speaking on other people's stories, but my personal story. So I hope that I can really help people, or people have questions, etc. So I will be posting very, very soon. So if you are not following my personal channel, Zenah Talk, is going to be linked in the comments. Make sure you follow it, because again, I think I'm going to start posting this weekend, if not next week. But yeah, like for this story though, for the last girl, I know exactly how that feels. And it's so weird that, again, something like that very similar happened to me. So I can't wait to share that with y'all. But it's definitely giving. She came down there really to see him and just see you for like a quick second. Because I also noticed that she said that over the years, you've been friends for 8 years, y'all never seen each other. And over the years, y'all was always supposed to link, but y'all never end up linking. And I guarantee, I don't know. Okay, I don't know for sure, but I guarantee y'all that it was the other friend who probably never really made much of an effort to see her. Guarantee it was more her than the other one. But again, I don't know, to be fair. And the reason I say that is because notice though, when she meets a dude, the friend meets the dude, how all of a sudden it's successful for her to be able to see her because the dude lives in the same city. And I feel like, again, she only came there really to see him, but also acted like she was there to see you as well, which sucks. And I know how that feels, but I'm glad that you can kind of see that situation for what it was. And the fact that she tried to turn the situation around, like, oh, it's so selfish of you not to want me to have fun. Like, girl, if this is supposed to be your best friend for this many years and you see she's clearly going through something, she needs you there. You can see that dude any other time, or you can maybe go hang out with him for a couple hours, but majority of your time should be with your friend. If she's going through something, she needs you there. And she already said to you, I really want you here, I don't want you to leave, blah blah blah. She's going through something, she needed you there. We don't know what she went through, but she said it was something major. So you're definitely clearly not a girl's girl, and you don't have to be a girl's girl. However, when it comes to your close friends, you should be. Like, that's crazy to me, but that's how I feel about the situation. Again, make sure y'all follow my personal channel because I will be sharing my story in regards to what happened to me with that situation. Do not forget, if you're interested in the Christmas activity book, that will be linked in the comments below. Let me know what y'all think and y'all Frenemies stories. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. I'll see y'all in the next one.